Place right would do a teamwork and play so well alongside each other. So I'm just really looking forward to see what AGIL will bring to the game this year.
Oh man, all right, you agree with it too. Okay, okay. Now, I'm gonna put you guys on the spot because I just want to be able to say this word, and it's gonna be taking the first booyah of the day.
Oh my God! You really have to ask.
It's just one of those like close your eyes and
we have
starts.
we literally just started the show. Okay, I think I'm gonna go Buriram United Esports.
Ooh, I like it. I like it. Neptune, come on.
I don't know. I mean, some of the teams, the best teams, I would say, doesn't. The teams, the best teams, I would say, doesn't show up that much. So I'm going for Aurora Gaming at this point from Group A. Coming from Malaysia, also a first contender in here. I think they will be on fire right now.
I thought you were gonna go with Evos. I'm not gonna lie. She stayed with Buriram. I was like, for sure he's gonna go with Evos. But let us know in the comments below for everybody watching, who do you think is gonna be taking the first booyah? Because this is day one of Free Fire at Esports World Cup. You know what? Let's get started.
Titan Esports Club. Loud Sneakers. Buriram United Esports. AGAL. Aurora Gaming. Paradox Gaming. Gun Dynasty. DRS Gaming. Your reigning club champions, Team Falcons. Apex Gaming. And now, your reigning Esports World Cup champions, EVOS Esports! We've got $1 million on the line, a legacy to forge, and a champion to crown. So today is your only chance to make a first impression. Make it count.
The first day of Free Fire in AWC Paris begin now!
How hard is it to claim the throne? To rise above and be the best.
To end it, Russia with the final elimination! The Wonder Kid gets the job done!
And how hard is it to stay at the top?
Secret WAG rips away the Booyah and Bermuda!
It requires strength, resilience, the ability to thrive under pressure. It requires consistency.
4 Booyahs in a row!
And as the kingdom grows, so does the number of contenders. With familiar faces returning and entirely new forces knocking at the gates. But in the end, there can be only one king, one champion, and one Booyah. And no king rules forever.
Vibe ages. Welcome to the most awaited event for at least the first half of the year. This is Free Fire at the Esports World Cup 2026. We are in Paris, and I expected a heat wave. It was quite cold here, but now with the game starting, Tash, I think we're going to just bump the heat up a tad bit higher.
It's going to be intense. It's going to be mad hot. We saw the reigning champions walk in and question marks on whether or not they can defend that crown.
Oh yeah, and you know, for the first part of the competition, it's all about survival. We are in the group stage, and for the first time ever, we have got 24 teams from around the world hopping on into a global battle. Never before. This is the first time we've got so many of them, which means there are going to be a tad bit more heartbreaks out there. The first day, you got early qualifiers, but you definitely want to avoid the bottom of the leaderboard.
For real. Now, as you go into that as well, eliminations are coming through. And as we go through this, after eliminations, only top 4 will be going straight to the finals.
Oh, yeah.
And the rest into survival stage.
Yeah, absolutely. But today is just day 1. Both groups, A and B, will only play the first 6 matches, right? So it's a little bit of a prelude. It's a little bit of a preview. And thank God we have the preview, because some of the teams here are absolutely clueless about the regions who have not really shown up on a stage where you're able to go in and really check out what their drop spots are like, exactly what their rotations are like. So they're left in the dark. And these underdogs could just be exactly what surprises even the big dogs, right? Because we know for a fact, when you go on to the Free Fire Global Finals, the gameplay there is just very different. The Titans will rule as always. But here at the Esports World Cup, we actually have the capability of underdogs having a dream, right? So far, the winners that have been able to run away with it are winners who haven't been able to achieve much on the global final stage.
Yeah, it's really exciting when you think about that, because it's such a different moment, right? It's a different pond.
Yeah.
It's a different capability. And again, there are also, whispers about these new teams coming online. The differences in regional styles of play, whether or not you can adapt to that. That day 1, trying to figure out, like you mentioned, right, the drop top spots? Are we going to be taking the early fights, or are we going to be avoiding these teams? So those are the questions these teams are going to be asking themselves. Are you brave enough to take that gamble, or are you going to be playing safe all the way till the end?
Absolutely. We just saw a little peek of AGAL. They have already shown their prowess in Clash Squad thus far, global finals champions, and recently at the Southeast Asian Clash Masters as well. But that's Clash Squad. In Battle Royale, they have been doing absolutely fine for themselves as well, right? Just very quickly climbing up the ladder, but they have not achieved a championship in BR for themselves just yet. Second at Sea Spring 26, second at even the Free Fire Max Asia Invitational, where we threw in a bunch of super teams from Southeast Asia up against the South Asian teams, where they also found dominance at.
Yeah, and I think that when you are in that situation, you are trying to think, okay, how exactly am I going to be matching up with these other players? Some of them are very, very new. I would say, sometimes people say, right, the younger players have a little bit more drive. They're hot-headed, they're hot-blooded. They want to go for these early fights. But in this situation, when you go high risk, the high reward moment, if you lose it, you lose it all. And in this situation, you want to avoid being at the very bottom of that ladder. What can we do to make sure that we don't go super high risk and not overheat?
Well, if you do end up at the bottom today, the risk is there, but fairly low. Tomorrow, you definitely have to avoid it at all costs. But obviously, not every single team can do that. At the end of the day, you're going to have some winners. You're going to have some teams down at the bottom who are going to be at risk of relegation. But I'm looking at the rise of the underdogs here, mainly at the Esports World Cup, right? Because this is where dreams are made. And again, this guy, he dreamt for many, many years. I'm not so sure exactly what he's trying to do right now, but he's dreamt for many, many years. He's trying to think of a hand sign that he wants to flash on the screen the moment he gets a booyah. And AJL's just the kind of squad who's capable of walking with a booyah. And speaking of which, this is Group A. Many have termed this group the Group of Death because of the number of titans that are in this group.
Right. And I think that when you think about Group of Death, there are so many situations that, you know, for me personally, I think last year we had this conversation, right? We were saying, hey, it's going to be the rise of the Brazilians this year. And we were knocked out of the park and we were surprised. And it wasn't at all our expectations. Now, for this year, the capability of that happening again, the favorites getting knocked out, is going to be happening. I would say is, because there are so many teams that we haven't delved yet. We haven't seen quite yet on the bigger stages. Maybe regionally, we haven't seen their prowess because maybe regionally wise, maybe they're not the best there. But some teams excel on the global stage, and that really, really surprises so many people, including us.
Yeah, exactly, right? So it's just such a interesting factor that the teams that perform well on the global final stage, the titans of our competition, just don't find a good run here at the Esports World Cup. You look at Buriram, you look at even AGAL. I mean, this is their third year here, and both of the Esports World Cup in 2024 and 2025, they've placed 5th.
Yes.
It's weird that they are not able to take a step forward, but the underdogs, on the other hand, they always manage to rise up to the occasion. I wonder what's the difference going to be like this time around, right? Because you look at the teams, yes, the teams have grown, yes, the mechanical skills of these players have definitely been sharpened up, but we also have to take a look at the meta. This is the season for the snipers to rise up to the occasion.
Yeah, the snipers have been buffed, and I think that what's really good about this as well, I think there were like, you know, whispers about the Indonesian squads running that double sniper. Seeing that is going to be fun. But again, as we go into this first game, I am curious to see what exactly is going to be happening. Is it going to be double snipers? Is it going to be a different kind of meta? What do you think, AJ?
Well, I think everybody's going to be aiming for peak this time around because of the high tier loot zone, or it could also be a potential avoidance of these high tier loot zones for the underdogs of the competition, just so that they avoid early annihilation from these lobbies. But one thing's for sure, we're gonna spot quite a number of hot drops because of the fact where we haven't built dominance on these compounds just yet. Day one is gonna be a very messy day, and I think we already see a couple of hot drops out there.
Yeah, and I'm seeing a very interesting moment here, where we are looking at Mars, Electra, and Pochino just completely full of players. Circle coming up toward the middle central side there. So the rotations coming in from southern side is going to be fun to see, especially AGL from Sentosa.
Yeah, absolutely. So Gun Dynasty up against Aurora. And this is going to be a little tough for Gun Dynasty if they don't manage to overwhelm the Malaysian squad, who has been performing extremely well in the recent past. And you've also got the team of Team Apex Gaming from India. Now, speaking of Aurora and the players of GD. Let's see if or not they'll be able to knock each other out or very safely avoid each other after picking off a couple of points. Azrael Mac 10 in hand for medkits. No glue walls. Getting stuck in a battle could be deadly. But he does have the time turner on him, keeping the active skill alive. Let's see if or not they'll be able to engage well. Vega, on the other hand, already has the M82B in hand. Two players from the side of GD actually holding back. And David 444 moving on in, bringing the full squad for the attack. Jun's about to be in trouble here. David has the P90. Azrael quickly avoids the engagement. And Aurora does not want a straightforward fight. A little mistake here from Azrael as he hops on into the battle. David will find him. Zuez for the backup. And the Mag 7 shines for the side of Aurora, but they've already lost 2-3 players down on the ground.
It's a chaotic moment here right now as Jun also gets knocked down quickly. Shobi comes through and somehow steals it away. Aurora Gaming eliminated too soon. Weren't able to tie down the last few moments. As we walk over on this side, TAG crossing over. GD will be waiting on the other side here, but they haven't been spotted out quite yet. If the rotation is good, I think that they may be able to come on to the screen right now as DRS is just completely annihilating PDX right now.
Yeah, Paradox up against DRS. 3 eliminations in hand. They started off really hot, but it looks like Paradox will have to back away from this equation here. Snipe with the VSS is going to be standing by to distract the players of the Rail Soldiers. Was his buddy makes it away from the compound, looking for the revival on the rest of the Paradox squad. Alu and Pratik making sure they don't make a mistake here. The Valiant Dash takes down Snipe's defenses. They pick up their 4th point. A great start for DRS.
Yeah, DRS just walk up and just took the area like it's nobody's business. Snipe back into the game as Madara does get knocked down here. EVOS, he does try to make a move onto the enemy team on the other side here, but they weren't able to find an opening toward them since DP does have the upper hand, drops down, but Abax knocked out of the game already, and the rest of the team completely collapsed as EVOS run away into the other compound here. They're trying to just crunch them from different areas. Ray cannot hold on here. Rasha does get a pickup of his own, but DP doing a great job of just annihilating EVOS.
Oh, it was a great start here from Demon's Pride, taking on the reigning defending champions in EVOS Divine, trying to take them out of the equation, but it's not gonna be that easy. The White Tigers of Indonesia rising to the occasion, instant pickups from their side, and they turn the tables on Demon's Pride, showing them who the true demons of this competition are.
It's honestly insane because the start off was just so in favor of DP as Rasha gets picked off by Falcons. Limit, a big pickup here already. Right timing to just catch him off guard before EVOS was even able to reposition.
Yeah, great positioning from Rasya as far as the battle up against Demon's Pride was, but they did not expect Fackle to drop by. And here comes Gun Dynasty yet again in another battle, but their prime play with David 444 down on the ground. But Team Apex Gaming needs a very early and up against the LATAM Giants.
Man, we already have 2 teams already out of the game and EVOS in trouble as Falcons just clean up house, eliminated so quickly. Demon's Pride as well out of the game fairly soon. And these are the big hitting numbers. We talked about this in the pre-show, about what we were sort of expecting to see from the big names.
Yeah, I mean, very messy game 1 on day 1 as expected here. Most of the teams just do not know what to expect from the others in terms of drop spot, in terms of rotation. They'll have to stay on their tippy toes and sneak around these compounds as best possible. And if that fails, well, just go all out with their gunfights, just like what EVOS did earlier. But I'll have to say, Demon's Pride was not as big a threat as Falcons. Pina with the Car 98 takes down Aim God. Kutush out of nowhere. TEC joining the party as well. 2 teams beating down the players on the side of EVOS Divine. The reigning defending champions might get taken out of Bradford too early here.
It's honestly insane. EVOS come back into the game, immediately gets completely annihilated. And now over on this side here, Falcons on a rampage. Limit doing the damage onto the player of TEC. The pressure is on, and TEC can't do anything about it.
Titans Esports Club, what do you have in you? Have your wings been clipped? The Red Hawks of the past have not been able to fly very far, but this time around, picking up some crucial early points. They do have the vending machine beside the final surviving player. But it looks like it's going to be a rough one as TEC bows out as well.
There's just so many things happening around the map right now as we're looking here. Loud and EVOS in one compound in the corner. GD trying to rotate into the zone as well as it's just slowly dwindling. But the northern side is hectic right now.
Rough fight here for GD. They take on the champions of the Esports World Cup 2024 in Falcons. But GD themselves, they're very sound in terms of mechanically able squad in the world of Free Fire. This battle is going to be a rough one for them. Now they're trying to sneak outside the compound of the blue zone here. They get scanned out by the binoculars as well. Falcons does have a tad bit of information, but David 444, again, the most lethal player on the side of Gun Dynasty.
Oh, man.
Rushing on up, Racha versus David 444 is going to be a rough one for Racha, but they do have the electrotherapy on their side. Valiant Dash breaks down their defenses. Racha with the M590, but David again, lethal with a Mag 7, pops his head. Vega takes out On Fire, and let him showing you exactly what they can do on the world stage.
This is crazy. That circle rotation meant that a lot of fights are going to be happening as this rotation comes through. Middle circle full in control of Loud here as we look at the Falcons try to find their way into the zone, and they're not stopping. That sniper is just doing so much damage in the hands of these players. Pina found by GD already and quickly annihilated. Amazing work coming from the Limit alone as Vegeta comes through. Limit tries to find a pick-off here and he's down and out!
Yeah, I mean, David got taken down once again, but he's the rusher. He's very aggressive. But the backup from Shiru, the backup from Blaine, it is absolutely perfect. Now, we used to see David 444 play for Zeus Esports on the Free Fire World Series USA, and the guy was lighting up the battlefield, recently acquired by Gun Dynasty for a good reason, to stomp down these squads out here at the Esports World Cup. Let's see how far they can go. But Falcons are not out of it just yet, completing their full revival spree here. Back to a full squad, but can they loot up and be battle ready before the next circle?
Speaking of that as well, I mean, EVOS had so many close calls throughout this entire game. I think it was two times that they nearly got knocked out and somehow survived middle of the circle already. As On Fire runs for his life. Cypher going for that chase. Gonna try and stay alive. He crunched here as he eventually taken down. AGL, one more to their name.
Yeah, On Fire just had no chance there in that situation. AGL just swooping on and spotting a little prey and showing that they can be a prime predator. But of course, that was a 2v1, a little bit of an unfair fight. Now a team that has been keeping very quiet is Buriram. They've managed to build a lot of respect for these other squads, especially here on the Esports World Cup stage. Can this be their year? The third time here at EWC, and maybe the third time's the charm for the Thai squad.
Last movements now, we are seeing still DRS and PDX still very much outside the zone, really taking their time here. But DRS is slowly moving toward Pina and is making me a little bit nervous for them.
Loud, they definitely are a Loud squad out there. Very constant organization on our global stage around the 2021-2023 timing. But they've been missing the past couple of years. Now back with a brand new roster. And On Fire, man, Falcons just can't catch a break, can they? Gun Dynasty showing them exactly who's going to be ruling these lobbies from the get-go. On Fire again just outnumbered the players on the side of Falcons. Yes, they did manage to run around getting those revives, but the team just spread out too thin on the battlefield.
Yeah, they weren't able to play together in these situations. You know, you're seeing a lot of respect come through
that's it.
as immediately Takuri finds Limit. And Falcons, that's it for them, not able to come back into the game.
Yeah,
now,
unfortunately, he was just too broke. Even if he got to a vending machine, which is quite far in that situation, wouldn't have been able to bring anyone back. He was looking for those coins, and Takuri found some coins out of him instead.
Yeah. Now, the southern side here is very interesting, AJ. Look at the amount of teams here. You have EVOS hanging out, PDX as well. I wouldn't be surprised if a big fight were to happen around here, and it's going to be fire, because GD right now is so comfortable northern side and alone.
Yeah, absolutely. 5 teams out of the equation already. Paradox still alive and kicking alongside the Rail Soldiers. Speaking of the Rail Soldiers, they drop into some hot soup and they're about to get cooked here if they don't walk away with some good elimination. Stroex won't find Jiru. Vega taken out as well. David shut down by Guaka, and Loud interfering in this battle. Can they walk away as the best third party for day one, game one? Gun Dynasty with your final survivor. It's been a great run so far, but the vending machine a tad bit too far away from him.
Hard to really do anything in this situation. Buriram also coming into the zone as well. But in this situation here, DRS with the upper hand